Perhaps surprisingly, the idea of mechanical human beings dates back to early civilizations, including ancient China and Greece. But the first evidence of early robots was recorded in the 15th century when the world-famous polymath Leonardo da Vinci sketched his plans for a humanoid robot. Da Vinci's notebooks, rediscovered in the 1950s, contained detailed drawings of a mechanical knight, now known as Leonardo's robot. In 2002, an engineer brought Da Vinci's drawings to life by building this extraordinary knight. The advanced design was capable of sitting, waving its arms, and rotating its head and jaw. Da Vinci's knight is even inspiring NASA in their development of future technology. So although centuries old, a little bit of Da Vinci will one day make it into outer space. It wasn't until the 20th century that genuine developments towards the robot we know today began to happen. In fact, it was in the 1920s when the term robot was first used.
The original term robot comes from a play called Rossum's Universal Robots, which is about a factory that made artificial humans, which was premiered in 1921 and became one of the most successful pieces of science fiction ever in the theatre. Got translated into 30 languages. So the idea of an artificial machine that was human-like was with us from the 1920s.
I think it depends what you mean by a robot. If we're thinking about, in some sci-fi thing, which is, androids walking around who look human and do everything that seem to be human, and, that I think is still a future that people find rather frightening.
The word robot refers specifically to a machine that can mimic or replicate human movement. This idea of a cold metal device that is stronger, faster, and more intelligent than a real human struck a nerve deep in the human mind. After the term robot was coined, the idea of these all-powerful machines rapidly permeated our popular culture. Robots were everywhere, from the small screen to the big, and they developed quite a following.
If you look at cinema, how many films are made where the robot becomes the evil thing or the thing that takes over? And I think those films speak to an internalized fear that we have about becoming obsolete because machines take over and become better at doing and creating than we can. And I think there is always that tension that human beings have with machinery, with technology, with robots.
Movies shaped the way we saw our technological future. Characters embodied the terrifying, unstoppable force of a robot, depicting scenes of androids which would send shivers down the spine. Directors wanted to be the first to frighten us with a threat of technology and a world ruled by machines. While art was inventing these dark dystopian nightmares, behind the scenes, engineers were working hard to turn these fantasies into reality. But who would have guessed that the world's first industrial robot would be created from a children's toy?